Whew. We got a breeze coming in. It feels really good. Right behind me, what you can see is the famous, or the gate that we've talked about quite a bit, the Blue Gate, which is, if you've seen our previous videos here in Laos, you know that we're here at our place, our apartment, and the Blue Gate is out front. The reason we have the Blue Gate right here right now is because we're about to leave our apartment and head to the grocery store. So we go to the grocery store in just about every place that we stay in, every country that is, because we always do a lot of cooking at home. Now this grocery store is a little bit special because, well, it's the farthest distance that we've ever had to go to get to the grocery store. It's quite a long walk. I'd say it takes about 25 minutes. It is, what did you say it was?
Like 1.6 kilometers, which is about a mile. Yeah,
it's 1.6 kilometers. It's a really interesting trip. We're dodging motorbikes, cars, we're going through intersections, we're dodging dogs. There's quite a lot to see on this trip. So we're gonna take you with us, and just like in the past in Singapore and Malaysia, and as well as Myanmar, there's a lot to see. Yeah, let's say that like Myanmar Plaza and the Hero Market in KL, those were both like about the same in terms of distance. This one's a little bit longer, so come with us and you'll see what I mean.
It's a little after 6 right now, and we've noticed, so this is like right off of our street that we live on, and we've noticed that due to all the international schools that are around us at this time, it gets really busy. So I don't know if school just gets out later or if there are extracurricular activities going on and the students are just getting out, but as you can see, we're having a decent amount of traffic pass by us, and we're about to walk up on, there's this like little barbecue place where they just grill skewers of food. They have a cooler, you can pick out which veggies and which meat you want, and it always smells so good when we pass it. That's right up here on our left.
Don't die. Bye.
So there's not like very wide sidewalks at all. I don't even know if you would call this a sidewalk. So it's a little harder to, this grocery store walk is a little harder than somewhere like Singapore or Malaysia, for example.
Yeah, so this one, there's like actually several different routes that we can take. The little roads like this get pretty busy. We like this one when they're not busy, but the other option is to take like a main road, and we don't really like that one so much because it gets pretty dusty with all the cars going by. So we take this one more often, and it's just a little tight, but otherwise it's not too bad.
Lots of motorbikes, as you see. We just kind of wait for an opportunity to sprint across. So I think that's now. Yeah, during the day, these little streets are pretty dead, but at night, everybody comes out because it's not so hot anymore.
Quick, quick!
So this place right here actually is a restaurant called Starbucks, and we've eaten here a decent amount of times, especially when we first arrived. It's just like a small little cafe that has a mix of traditional Lao food, I think, as well as Western and like Asian fusion. So we've gotten a few things there, really reasonable prices, and quite good actually too. Not to mention the clever name, Starbucks, not Starbucks, but there's like a bunch of books inside for regular books and children's books in there, so they've kind of made it into this like little reading corner, working area restaurant, so pretty cool.
So we've reached one of the main roads that we have to take. Well, main road for us, but this is kind of like a back road type little cut through, and it's actually gravel, just dirt road. So it gets real dusty here. We try to avoid this when we can. And also the first time we came down here, there were some hyper dogs, and so we try to avoid them. There's actually a dog right over here in the shadows because it's gotten dark on us, and he's sleeping though. He doesn't seem to be interested in us. This is actually where the dogs are, so we need to they were sleeping.
Were they asleep?
Yeah. Those ones came after us one day, and like they were like the main ones that were slightly aggressive. So every time we pass there,
we try to just book it, but yeah, they seemed like they were passed out tonight.
Yeah, I think maybe because it's nightfall, it cooled off, and they were in the sun all day, so taking a nap.
So once we get out here a little bit, so we're on like this dirt road, but we're about to dead end into a main busy street. So once we get there, then we're getting closer and closer to like the inner city, and then there's another dog.
That's a Cujo. Quick, finish the vlog.
Yeah, that's all I have to say for now.
We may not make it.
This dog looks serious.
This dog is a serious one, and oh my god, oh my. Oh no.
The street that the supermarket is off of, but we have to trek down this for quite a ways. So a lot busier and a lot louder than those side streets that we were just on. So we'll walk this a little bit, then we're gonna have to cross, Yeah, one funny thing to say about this street actually is one day we were walking from the supermarket back home, groceries in hand, and a snake just like slithered right by our feet on the sidewalk. We were like, oh my God. So we gotta be on the lookout for snakes apparently as well.
Yeah.
So like the streets, like aside from just being busy, like all the sidewalks or the small little narrow ways that you can walk on each side are usually pretty filled up by either cars just like stopped on the sidewalk, either as a parking space, or like there's a lot of vendors just like selling barbecue or drinks or something right on the side. So you have to like kind of like really stretch and like weave yourself through these like really narrow passages. That sign is the thing, the little thing that looks like a calendar or something with the animals on it, with someone sitting at the table with some device. So let us know what that is.
Where are you from?
America.
America. Play in Laos or stay here?
1 month.
1 month. My grandpa say, go to take the photo about the.
Oh, okay.
She said you can't.
Oh, don't. Do or no?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, okay. Slidy.
Oh, 好了。 ว่าบ่เป็นเนาะว่าอย่างว่าตัดบักเพชร
เขาเป็นภาษาลาว
ภาษาลาวก็ตัดบักเพชร
ตัดบักเพชร
มีคนมาถ่ายทำเอาพระเอกหนังเนาะอากงสิไปออกโทรทัศน์อยู่อเมริกาพุ่นบักเพชรบักเพชร
เศษ
We call that pepper.
pepper
Just pepper.
all pepper
So these are for
eat in the noodle
noodle. Okay, okay. So Peppers here, they're getting cut up and they're for the noodle dishes. How much?
5,000 gift.
5,000?
Yes.
You wanna try one? Yeah, I say we could try.
Yeah, so we're actually just right outside of D-Mart right now, and we pass this place. There's like lots of food vendors just with stalls out kind of right next to D-Mart, and we also always see them making these waffles over these coals. We pass it all the time, and this time we could not pass it up, so we stopped to get a waffle, got to taste it. I like waffles, so let's see. Yeah, it's good. I would like to have some syrup and stuff on it, but it's already like really sweet and more crispy because it's like cooked over the hot coals. I like it.
Cool. Cup die.
All right, so we made it to D-Mart, and this is where we come for almost all of our grocery needs. So we kind of split things up between here for most stuff, but then we also get some things like toilet paper and tissues and even eggs from the local family-run convenience shop right across the street from our house. And then we get some fruits and veggies here and some from sellers on the side of the road if we see something that we like that they have to offer. But we come here maybe once a week, and like Chris said, it's like 1.6 kilometers, so it takes about 20 minutes to walk. And when you come at night, it's not so bad because it's not as hot. I mean, it's hot, like we're sweating, but it's not as hot. We've come during the day in like full sun at like 1 p.m. That you should try to avoid if you can, because you will just be like sweating buckets by the time you get inside. So let's go in and just show you a look around. So in addition to being a grocery store, it definitely is that, but it's kind of like a warehouse too, almost like a Walmart or a Sam's Club. You can get like household goods and then like even office furniture and stuff like that here in D-Mart. And we came to buy some, to buy a pan and like a knife and stuff like that for our apartment, for things that we just wanted to make our cooking more efficient. They have basically everything here, so.
And now we have these swatters behind us, which we had one provided for us in Myanmar and at our hotel. When we saw these, we could not pass them up. So we purchased one, and they work really well. The only question we have about them is that there are a few different like varieties of them, different price points, and we think that it's because of like the power for zapping. But we don't know. So if you know about these things and you know about why they vary in price, because they look the same, like they're equivalent in terms of like size. So I think it's power, but if it is power and you know, let us know.
So if you're a longtime viewer, you have heard us harp about our unscented, fragrance-free soap that we always try to find. And we had such a hard time in Singapore and Malaysia, Bali, really like everywhere. And now in D-Mart, the first time we came in, we saw that they had this large selection of like soaps and shampoos, stuff like that. And we looked everywhere for our soap, and we're like, another place that doesn't have unscented soap. Turns out they do have it in abundance, the actual brand and kind we use back home. So we were so happy. And just to clarify, we could find it in other places in like Malaysia and Singapore, not this Dove brand, but other kind. But it was like through the roof in price. So it would be like $15 to $20 for unscented soap. Here, we've got our Dove unscented soap that we're used to from back home, 10,000 kip for a bar. So we were so happy, and we stocked up like with enough to last us for the rest of the year because we hate using the fragrance stuff. So really happy to find this. So D-Mart has like a ton of packaged and imported products, but they also have like a small selection of fresh foods like meats and produce. So we kind of split our produce buying, all of our fruits and vegetables between here as well as just people on the side of the street that are selling fresh fruits and vegetables as well. So whatever we can't find at one or the other, we just buy, you know, the alternatives at each place.
The one thing about this entrance is that this entrance is like guarded by geckos. They're everywhere, literally. Like when we walk down here at night, I would say 20 geckos. They start going like this, just crawling up the walls. And we like geckos because one reason is that they eat mosquitoes, so we love it. Anytime we see geckos, we're like, yeah.